Hello, everyone. My name is Dan Ursinko. I'm 18 years old, and I was adopted when I was 8. I've been in and out of at least 4 foster homes since I was 4. People often think that the foster care system solves the problem of displaced children without a home, but people experienced like me know it's not. They toss children around home to home, not caring to really know the parents, how they fit and how they are to take care of kids, probably because they don't know anywhere else to put us. I lived with my mother and father, both with addictions, my 3 older brothers and sister. My parents never got along, would always take us away from each other, would always keep us from seeing one another. Sometimes my siblings and I wouldn't see them for days. We would sleep at a park, a homeless shelter, at a friend's house, and sometimes nowhere at all. It sucked, but we managed to get by. One day, my father put us in a hotel room and never came back, and that's when we got put in the system and everything turned upside down. We got tossed with different people, and all of them were incapable of taking care of kids. In one foster home I was put in Colorado, they hit me, cursed at me, isolated me from everyone. They would make me take cold showers depending on if they were in a good mood or not, and took our bathroom door down so we wouldn't have any privacy. One day, I did something that upset the foster mom, and she grabbed me by the ears and tossed me down the stairs, among other things. After a couple of months in that house, I was told I was going to New Jersey for a possible permanent home. I was 7 years old. Part of me was excited and part of me was scared. Once I got settled in the home, they started taking me to see a bunch of doctors. They told me I was allergic to dairy and almost every kind of food there is, and I wasn't allowed to eat that much. I was told I needed glasses and wore them to find out later that none of it was even true. Those parents just wanted to receive money from the government because if a kid has any handicaps, they get paid more to take care of the child. They never treated me horribly, just made things up about me that I had no control over. As a kid, I had to go with whatever they said because I was scared of the repercussions of what would happen if I spoke up. My biological brother, who also lived with us, assaulted me and the kid that was living with us. And they blamed both of us and didn't want us there after 9 months. I was told again that I was moving, but unsure where in New Jersey, so I packed my stuff and I was gone the next day. When I arrived in my new home, I never felt so scared in my life. For some reason, I just had some weird feeling in my stomach that made me petrified of what it was going to be like. I was greeted by a woman named Dawn, and she walked me into the house. 2 dogs greeted me at the door. One puppy that was a yellow lab named Max, and a little anchor biter named Zoe. Then there was this man sitting on the couch watching TV, who I was introduced as Paul. They have 2 kids, a girl and a boy. I was feeling more comfortable because they weren't sassy to me and seemed like nice people. They put me in 3rd grade and everything went smooth from there. A couple months went by. I did my part as a child and they did their part as parents. They kept me safe, fed me, made sure I was comfortable all the time. I never had that before, so I really took it all to heart. They decided to adopt me that year through Downey Side, and I became a permanent part of the Ursinko family. I was the son to 2 great people and a brother to a best brother I could ask for and the coolest sister. Then after a couple of years went by, I was in 5th grade. I woke up with the worst headache I've ever had. I felt like I was getting hit in the back of the head with a baseball bat repeatedly. And the pain was so excruciating, I woke up my mom to let her know. I took some Tylenol and went back to sleep, only I couldn't sleep. I was getting dizzy and felt sick. I ran to the bathroom and started throwing up and couldn't move for a while. Finally, I did and laid in bed, and after that, I passed out. My mom found me in my room with projectile vomit everywhere and was seizing like crazy. She quickly called 911 and they brought me to the hospital. I got a CAT scan done and it showed I had a blood clot and a tumor in my brain. The blood clot wasn't just sitting there, it was bursting, and that's where all the pain I had was coming from. They flew me by helicopter to NYU, and at the hospital they did another CAT scan that showed the same thing and told my parents they have to do an emergency surgery on me and that they should start planning my funeral because I was most likely not going to survive. Hysterical, my parents called everyone to tell them to pray for me so that I can conquer this sickness. With God watching over me, I went through the surgery and proved the doctors wrong. I survived the 6 hours of surgery. They cut open my head, took out part of my skull, and sucked out the blood clot with a vacuum-like machine. They were astonished when they came to the realization that the tumor wasn't there. Some say it was a miracle, but I say it was never there. It took me some time to gain the vision back in my right eye without being double visioned and a little dark. I had to undergo therapy to help me walk again. My family made sure that all of my needs were met. I couldn't have done anything without the help of my family. And if I were in a foster home, I may have not survived or even gotten the treatment I needed. I needed to see all types of doctors after that and go through really dangerous tests to see where the tumor went. If I can control the system, I would have it shut down long ago. People need to realize it's not a real home for those kids. They hurt, suffer, and cry every day because of how they are treated. Is that way for them to live? Is that really fair? Believe me when I tell you, it's really not. All the kids in the foster care system are the same as your kids at home or the ones with us tonight. Think about how they would feel if they took away your kids and placed them with strangers, that the government decided if they are fit or unfit. It ruins kids who don't get lucky like I did through the help of Downey Side and place in adoption. It's my last year in high school, and after I graduate, I'm hoping to leave for boot camp for the United States Marine Corps. I've been working with Recruiter for a year now, and it's something I've always wanted to do. I want to help my country, serve my family and friends. It's the least I can do for them. They served me most of my life, and without them, I'd be nothing. Thanks to Downey Side, my life has changed for the better. Children like me have gotten a chance at a forever home, and with your generous donations, they will be able to help other children escape the hard life of a foster home and find a permanent, loving family. Thank you.